please. Yeah, definitely. I believe. The answer is number one. The guy, the boxer who puts all that, who puts everything and wins everything. There's bechira. This world is the world of bechira, free choice. This side has free choice, and that side has free choice. The Rishaim, or people who are doing bad things, if they choose to do that, and if they put every iota of power into it, bederech she'adam rotzeh lelech molichin oto, the Gemara says. Whatever path a person chooses to go on, Hashem says, go right ahead. He opens the door, So it's possible for Rishayim to put crazy effort into, and to climb ladders of success, all kinds of success. Number one. However, the success very often has bitter ends. We see stories, we heard a story recently of a guy who made millions, then billions, and now he's in jail. He's in jail, and his son committed suicide, and the whole world, the guys in Swahili saw his picture on TV, that this is the guy who made off with everybody's money, right? Mr. Madoff, who made off with everybody's money, right? Took everybody. A person the guy rose to such levels, success and millions, billions. The SEC is consulting with him. He's on top of the world, and a guy offers him 20 million. He doesn't accept 20 million. Minimum 50 million to get in. He ain't interested. He can't waste his time with small potatoes. So is that success? You call that success? Or the guy, a success that winds up in jail with shame and embarrassment because he ripped off all of these people, that's not true success, right? That's the fake success that the Yetzer Hara tempts a person. He pulls them and he pulls them and he sucks them in, and the person chases after him. Rebbe Nachman says it's like a guy who running in a city, holding up a fist like this, a closed fist, as if he's hiding something very precious. And people see it and they start running after him, and he's running, and the guy sees him running, so he runs after him also, and a whole group of people run, they follow him out of the city, and when he gets them out of the city, he turns around and laughs at them. Look what you were chasing. Wind, nothing. That's 90% of the people in this world who set all kinds of goals for themselves of nonsense, shtuyot. They think that that's success. And when they get to it, the movie stars who are all in the rehab centers, who are all on drugs, and the person will say, I don't get it. This person got up to peak of success. Why are they busy taking drugs? Why are they busy, committing suicide? How? The answer is because it's fake. And when they get to the top and they realize that doesn't buy fulfillment, any meaningful, any permanent fulfillment, then it was a joke. Then I want to get out of this world. Stop the train. I want to get off. I was on the train and I was running. I thought I was mamash by the finish line, and I see I finished with nothing. It's empty, mamash empty. It's no fulfillment at all. No honest friends. People chasing him for my money. No honest relationships or anything like that. Number one. That's on the negative side. On the positive side, there's bechira. That number one, any sincere effort that a person puts in, not even sincere effort. The Zohar HaKadosh says, "Let reuta tava de'itavid." Not just if a person prays for something, but even if a person has a good desire. A person wakes up in the morning, and they woke up late, and usually they have time to learn a few minutes in the morning before they go to work. And they look and at their watch and see, wow, I feel so terrible. I wanted so much to learn this thing this morning, this next paragraph, now I can't. And he runs. That thought that I wanted so much to learn this, and I feel so bad, I'm not getting to do it now, that gets put into a book. That gets put into a savings account, the Zohar HaKadosh says. That registers, that's $1 million deposit in a person's bank account. The fact that they want to do a certain mitzvah, even if they don't get to do it, and even if and how much more so if a person puts it into words. If a person says, Hashem, I'm so sorry. I really wanted to learn this morning. I feel terrible that I woke up late. I hope Ezrat Hashem, maybe in the afternoon I'll have a chance. I'll try to do it then. Or please help me tomorrow morning to get up better, stronger. These things are eternal. It's eternal success.
Rabbi.
Yes, please.
No, go ahead.
No.
I'm hogging the
No,
rabbi.
Go ahead.
It has to do with your question.
No, it's just very quick.
Yeah.
If Hashem says at the beginning of the year you have a set amount that's yours, so by what you're saying though, Ratzon can change that. Is that right?
Tefillah can change that. Just like the Gemara says, Ein mazal liYisrael. That the Jews are above. Mazal means destiny, predestiny, preordained. That it's preordained that a person is supposed to have such and such. The Torah gives us many examples. That originally it appeared as if Rivka had 2 sons and Lavan had 2 daughters, and everybody knew that the younger one is supposed to marry younger, and Leah, with her tefillot, with her prayers, was able to turn it around. That she didn't marry Esav, she was zochet to marry Yaakov Avinu also.
I heard somewhere that desire is conscious prayer though. That literally you can change things with desire. Is that true? Also true.
Yeah?
You're saying with desire, yes. The Gemara says that one of the rabbis once overheard somebody praying to marry a particular woman. And the rabbi said to him, what are you doing? If she's not yours, and if you want it and you go after it, you could marry her, even though she's not your zivug, and that'll end in tragedy. Either one of you will die or divorce, or So therefore you have to be very careful when you want something to make sure that what you want coincides with what Hashem wants. That's why when a person is praying for something, it's always good to add, if this is the right thing for me. Person is going for a job interview, Hashem, if this is the right thing for me, help me be zocher to get it. If not, you know what's really best for me. Help me be zocher to get what's really best for me.
So
How can you make
someone? If someone is sick, if someone's sick, then so why should they, why should they pray? Maybe that's what's best for him.
Good question.
But that's not our cheshbon.
But
That's
it's
not our
really-
calculation.
Why not?
Hashem wants us to have rachamon. Hashem wants us to live. Hashem wants us to ask mercy for ourselves. If Hashem so chooses not to, we don't know. Hanistarot la-Hashem. The secrets are for God. Maybe Hashem wants to inspire us just opposite. I'm not trying to cut you off.
No, very good.
Maybe Hashem just opposite is inspiring us to plead and to come closer, and He desires our tefillah.
That I get.
And
So
through
why do you have to
that-
say if it's for the good then? So if he wants that, so why do you have to put that if it's for the good at the end of it?
But someone interprets that as being like you're saying, could that be someone thinks, oh, that's the etzah that I got from Hashem, so I should go after it. Like let's say with the example of a girl. If that's the,
Exactly. Let me try to answer. What you're saying has validity, but I'll give you... Huh? No, I'll give you Rabbi Natanzal's answer to this question. He asks this question, that the Torah tells us that a Jew is supposed to say whatever Hashem does is for the good. That's a clear statement in the Torah, right? The Torah also tells us that when a person is sick, they're supposed to pray to get better. How do you reconcile those two things? Make up your mind. Rabbi Natanzal says, let me explain. Sometimes, when a person is sick, the reason why, when a person is lacking in health or lacking in money, or the reason is simple. You're thirsty. I have a big bottle of drink here. I want to give it to you. I'd like to help you, but I see that there's no cups. So I'm not going to go over to you and start pouring because I don't want to get you wet and angry. You're going to be very upset if I'm giving you the drink and you have no cup to receive it in. So Rabbi Natanzal explains that very, very often when a Jew is suffering in health, in parnassah and other things, the reason is because the person doesn't have the vessels. They haven't created the kelim in which to receive those gifts from Hashem, into which to receive the parnassah or the health or anything. And if Hashem were to give that person the health, when they don't have the keli for it, it would do more harm than good. How do we create kelim? Tefillah. That's what praying is all about. Every word of praying is a cup. Another cup and another cup and another cup into which Hashem can pour this shefa, the health, the parnasah, all the different things. So on one hand, so therefore both statements are true. It's true. What Hashem, the fact that right now I don't have parnasah is a benefit to me. Because right now if I did have it, but at the same time, if I pray, by praying, that will change me. Not it'll change Hashem. Hashem don't need to change. Ani Hashem lo shaniti. Hashem is just flowing with good. Is oozing with good all the time. The reason why I'm not getting it is because I'm not availing myself to it. By the fact that I don't have the kelim to receive it. That's what tefillah is all about. Tefillah is all about making kelim into which to be able to receive the goodness of Hashem that Hashem wants to give us. This is one of the explanations.
Clarifying our want or desires?
Excuse me?
Clarifying what we want is part of that?
Of course. Clarifying it, but also again, creating the bridge. There's Hashem who has everything, and there's me who wants everything. Now, how do we make a bridge? What's the pipe? The pipe is the pipe, the word tzinor in Hebrew is the letters ratzon. The Sfarim HaKadoshim write this. That what's the Hebrew word for tzinor? Here again, there's Hashem who's got the billions. There's me who wants the billions. Now how do we connect? How do we connect? You need a pipe. The Hebrew word for pipe is tzinor. Tzinor. The word tzinor, tzadik nun vav reish, is the letters ratzon. You need the desire. You have to want it, but again, really want it. Really want it. And the way that a person shows that they really want it is through tefillah.
How can we measure that what we're receiving is what is best for us? For instance, like let's say in the example of a zivug, if we get something that's 99.9%, how can we tell for sure it's not 100%?
We have to pray very, very. Number one, we have to pray very hard. And that's why we seek the advice of tzaddikim, because we know that in this world is olam hasheker. This world is topsy-turvy, yes. Everything is upside down here. Good looks bad, and bad looks good. The Jewish people and the aggressors, the Israeli aggressors, right? These nasty people who can't get it together. They're always fighting and always making trouble and everything. That's the world that we live in. It's called Olam Hafuch. And a person needs to know that if I'm in such a place where everything's upside down, it's so difficult to be able to know what's right. And therefore, always begging Hashem. We make a beracha every morning, Pokeach Ivrim. Hashem gives light, opens up the eyes that are blind. Which blind? This blind. I'm blind. In this world, we're all blind. We don't see even. We think we see. We look at something, a package that looks like the most delicious thing in the world, and it's deadly. It's destructive. It is so harmful. Whether it's chocolate, whether it's drugs, the different things that the Satan makes look so attractive and beautiful, and it's bitter than death. Right? Yeah. So this is part of our prayer all the time. Hashem, open my eyes. Help me be zochet to know what's good for me, what's not good for me, what's right for me, what's not right for me. And the things that are not right for me, I should do everything in my power to avoid. And the things that are right for me, my own wife, I should appreciate. All my affection, all my love, all my positive should be directed there. So I shouldn't have anything else to misdirect to the wrong places.
I also have another question. We were talking earlier before you arrived about someone trying to bring someone closer to Judaism, like a religious individual trying to bring someone